This will wake him up. There we go. Ooh! Ow. Alright. Speak to Ada. Nope.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I installed it.
Spider crabs.
Our
Hey, Ethan.
systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Cool. Hold on, I need to take care of something. Where is... Okay, there's Pavardi. Pavardi.
Raise the volume.
Raise the volume on my voice or raise the volume on the stream?
On the game.
On the game? So my voice is fine. Alright. Okay. That good? Oh, that's better. Shut up, Pin.
You shut up.
I'm trying to play my game.
I don't care about your game.
Let's do that one, yeah? Yeah, we gotta do this one. Read. Okay, let's head to
Lower
the...
your voice a tad bit.
Okay. Thank you. Hold on. I'm gonna ask you if it's any better. Okay. Microphone level. This good? This good. This good. This good. This good. This good. Is this better? Tell me if it's better or not. Lower, higher. Because I want it to sound good too, remember. For editing reasons. So like, the cracking you're hearing, or you're talking about today, is my headphones. So like, listen. That's me squeezing on my headphones. I want to get new headphones. Come on. Tell me if it's any better. I'm good? Alright, cool. Let's talk to people. Hey, Grace?
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand. The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Yeah.
Edgewater's not just a town to Adelaide. It's a symbol of everything that's wrong with this colony. A big, heartless machine of metal and gears grinding workers down to dust. We're the closest thing Adelaide's got to a family. We go back to Edgewater, she's gonna feel betrayed.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one.
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
Okay? Let me talk to you about it. What do I need to talk to her for? I already talked to her. Okay, let's go back to Reed.
Talk to Reed.
That's what I'm doing. I'm guessing we're gonna have to kill him. That's my guess, though. That's the most extreme matter. I hope there's more diplomatic ways we can do this. But Greed seems like a bad guy. But because you are a bad guy, does not mean you are a bad guy. Thanks. Thanks, Satan. It's Satine. Again, with the 15-minute transitions. I can...
By the way, if you want Wade's hat, you have to kill him, but you can trick him into leaving Edgewater.
Wow, thanks for the spoiler.
Shut up,
I wanted to do it blindly, but okay. Okay. Dun, dun. What you looking at? Ow. Hey, Reed. Or
This
should
is
I
a
say
fine
Betty?
day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their post?
Um,
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
there's no democracy.
I am a Spacer's choice man. My father was a Spacer's choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Made it clear. Well, I tried. No.
I don't believe you. Plague's the reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Have you guys eaten actual
The
vegetables?
very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here, and only saltuna.
That's exactly putting it.
Processed, liquefied, retextured saltuna rendered in a chemical bath, of course. Well, mostly saltuna. We've been experiencing a saltuna shortage, you see. So we've had to improvise. We've added wood chips, some mushrooms, bit of sand, tossed some canid bits in our processor once.
Mushrooms
It all
good, but
tastes like
everything else is
saltuna in
good.
the end.
Bad.
Health is a state of mind, friend. Afflictions in one's body are reflections of afflictions in one's work ethic and attitude. Now listen, I do not know what pretty rhetoric Adelaide has fed you, but plagues are a simple fact of life. You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Yeah, I'm gonna be truthful with him.
If Adelaide's
All right,
found a
fine.
way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
Cool.
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Huh.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend the crops. She's what this town needs.
Cool. Thank you, Reed. Very cool. That was actually cool, though. I didn't have to kill anyone. Wait, I'm gonna talk to
I think
Parvati.
you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise.
Yeah, I know you've told me
People I care
this.
for, even if they don't care much for me.
Get
Oh.
weapon skills.
So this is what you were talking about, Ethan, where it says head back to the ship, I'm going on without you. Oh no, while you're on the ship. Get weapons and skills. Yeah. This one. Yeah. That's it. Yo, yeet. Journal. Yeah, let's go to Adelaide. Coolio. Can I pickpocket you? No, I can't. Wait, I could probably just fast travel there from here. Cool. Thank you, Reed. Very cool. I put in guns, right? Yeah, cool. Mantis Swarm explained. I told you this already. It's a boat fly. It's just a boat fly.
Shut up.
It's a boat fly.
I don't care.
You need a skill of Sneak 2-0 to pickpocket.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's talk to Adelaide. Adelaide, come here. I have good news.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on
So
with
we
our
good?
lives as
We
best
chill?
we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom.
The
You
board
understand,
reputation?
not a reward.
Adelaide's watch.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Cool. Is that the board's the people that they said for me to be watchful of?
One of us want to go see what happened?
No, you don't need to. I sorted things out.
Adelaide's okay. I'm not in the lightest of humors right now.
I'm very close to your face.
Didn't think she'd go back so long as Reed was still running the place. Something must have
Because
changed.
he's not running the place.
If Adelaide's going back to Edgewater, we'll follow her.
Cool. Let's talk to Thomas. Where's Thomas? Thomas.
Look in your rep with everyone.
Yeah, you're right. Let me talk to Thomas, though. Let me talk to you, too.
Standing around the campfire is nice and all. Something I can help.
You still trade? Yeah, you do. Okay. Where's Thomas? Thomas? There you are.
I'm glad Adelaide's coming back to town with us. With Reed gone, we're gonna need her leadership.
Is that it? Alright, cool. Yeah, let's go check our stuff. Codex. No. It's a character. Okay, and then we go to reputation. The board. We're neutral with the board. Okay. So they don't really know me too well. Cool. What is sublight salvage and shipping? I'm guessing that's the next part of the game. Hey, they love me both, except deserters are more negative. That one I understand. This one, I'm still angry at you with, Ethan. But whatever. He made me get 1% negative reputation because he had me steal a sign that said "kick me."
That's not cool.
Yeah, it isn't cool. Okay, let's see your summary still though. Ice cold piragua, paracha, china, cherry, strawberry, and just for today I got mame. Hey yo, oye, ¿cómo está? Paracha man. Usnavi. My name's Usnavi, and you probably never heard my name. Plus my fame are greatly exacerbated.
Go to the ship.
I know, but I need to see what kind of ammo this takes. What kind of ammo is that? T and L? Oh, that's a different company. That's why it's so
And
good.
buy ammo.
That's what I've been saying. Light ammo, heavy. Light, heavy, and energy. Okay, I need
Go
everything.
to Edgewater.
I can't just buy it from you?
Standing around. Something I can help you?
Yeah, I got it. Give me
Nothing.
ammo. Oh. Oh. Oh, I get it. But you're going to Edgewater. Fine. Well, cool. Edgewater. Let's go to the general store and be sure to get away from the vending machine. Fifteen minutes. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay, there we go. Come on,
If you're
Parvati.
falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you.
I'm gonna touch you. I want the plague too. Hey. Give me all your
Spacer's
ammo.
choice. The
Give me all your ammo.
music to my ears.
Okay. Weapons, armor, consumed, mods, general. I guess it's just in here. Okay. How much is it? What if bolt? Okay. Yeah, we're buying everything. All your ammo. Maxwell, is that a unique weapon? It looks like it, but it doesn't look good. Because DPS is 153. You got any good armor? No, nope. Down, it's just the same I have. Nope, nope.
Yes.
Okay, well, should I buy it? It's a one-handed sledgehammer, so that's actually not bad. So anything with that yellow glow is unique. Okay.
Yes.
Crushing heads and other weak weapon. Web pots. Smooth. Okay, let's buy it. Cool. I've had a lot of bits to spare, honestly. Weapon parts. Bam. Bam. Let's see. Range mod allows damage to do corrosion. That's the one with the acid. I don't really need that though. Right now. Adreno. Yeah, I probably need that. That's it.
Go to the ship.
I know, you keep... Shut up. Yeah. Let's go. Bam. No, get out. Yeah. Ship time. We're talking to Ada. Ada. Oh, stop it. Okay. 4 more hours till we get to our destination. No, it's okay. I know. No, that's merely just a suggestion. Because she knows that, that happens. But it's okay.
I am on a call, be back in a bit.
You're gonna call, you said? You're on. Oh, okay. Got it. Got you, fam. Hey, Max. Mac can talk? Alright.
Welcome back, Captain. All systems are now operating within acceptable parameters. Shall I take our ship into orbit?
Whoa. We're taking off to space. Oh. Wow. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. 23rd century, the skip was invented. Drive. Oh, okay. Spending points. Okay. You said it was a low altitude flight. That did not look low altitude.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Phineas and Ferb. Good.
Ah, there
There
you
he
are.
is.
Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists.
Sound very selfish.
Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Cool.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's
So Monarch is the one with Hope, or?
Without a skip drive, good luck.
Go to his
You'll
lab.
be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the Hope. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Thanks.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Okay, I'll put in human.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First generation
It
technology.
has a high level area.
But promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram. A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
Okay.
Science, that's how.
Great explanation.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected.
Yeah, because it's unexpected.
Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
But if I got the clothes of the employee, then I'll just look like another fellow employee. Okay.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
And we will start a revolution.
If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Cool. Let's check in on everyone though. Where's Parvati? Parvati! Parvati!
Monarch is a high level area and you're very under level for it.
What is? Monarch. Well, I don't even know what that means, so... Oh, hi. There's no response from this automated unit. A serial number includes the letter Sam. Okay. Cool. Don't give me spoilers. Please. This book is heavily degraded. Doodles in the margins. Okay, cool. I just want to steal everything. Ooh, ammo. I want to steal more, even though it's my ship now. Stern older man with warm eyes. Oh, that's probably the old captain. Oh no, that's not him. Might be. Oh, sleep.
Dante, take Parvati's stuff.
Wait, is this Parvati stuff? Oh, it is Parvati stuff. I'm sorry. I didn't know this was her room. Okay, let's check Max's room, yeah? This is not Max's room.
That is Parvati's room.
Stop bringing your LMG out. Whiskey. Oh. Take your stuff, though. Huh. Oh, he's right here. Hey.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Nothing in this room. Nothing in this room. Oh, the possible companions I could have. Gimme, gimme. Gimme! steal more stuff from my own ship that I own. I totally didn't steal from. Oh, what's in here? Oh, the bathroom. Don't look, okay? Okay, I'm done. You can look back now.
Store the food you don't use in the fridge.
No. Hey, there's Parvati. Parvati, come here. I want to talk to you. No. Parvati, come here. Parvati, I want to talk to you.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern. Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all of my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
Huh.
And those
I'm not
empty
exactly
rooms
a
are for
model
the companions you get.
Not like you wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Huh.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much of doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches. As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars. When an engine came in, I'd strip it down and rebuild it. I mostly built for myself. Custom tools, little mechanical critters to talk to. When my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big old hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape. What?
Oh!
Oh, that's a relief. Thanks, Captain, for letting me stick around. I mean...
Oh, Gabe, don't do that to me. That's what you're talking about. I see. Oh, that scared me.
God damn it, I told you what would happen.
I know. I wasn't paying attention. I wanted to listen to her story. Let's get the shroud. Yeah, I got it. Cool.
Go to Phineas' lab.
Phineas's lab? Alright. Cool. I have to lock into my own locker. Makes sense. Is that what we're supposed to do? Okay, let's go.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital
Look at the
lab,
sign
Captain,
you got in
and
your
we are
room.
still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors? Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Take care.
What am I supposed to do? Okay, where's my room? You wanted me to go to Phineas. I did it. Hold up. Oh, look at her. Where's my room? My room is this one. No. My room is this one. My room is that one. Where's my room? You're telling me to go to my room. Is this my room? Yeah, this is my room. What
Sam is a companion.
Cool. That's cool now. But I'm trying to figure out how to put things up. And plus, that's a spoiler, so thank you. You said only gameplay. Now you're telling me people. How do I put up the kick me sign? Do I put it here?
The bin is a storage place.
That's cool and all, but I'm trying to figure out where do I put the sign up.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Huh? Where do I put the... I'm going downstairs. On the groundbreaker, got it.
The sign is automatically on.
Where? I don't see any sign. I don't see it. I think you're lying. You don't tell me.
The kick me sign is in Sam's room.
Sam? Oh.
And read what the items say.
Why'd you steal that sign?
That's cool and all. But I'ma head out. What's the cleaning machine? Oh, okay. I'll do it later. Groundbreaker.
Go in his lab.
Destination reached.
Too late.
The groundbreaker.
Okay.
Let's talk when you're free.
I'm free now.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Jean-Lay Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean.
Sure.
I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time.
They don't say my
Did you want to talk about something else?
Let's go.
Good luck, Captain.
Thank you. Poor body. Oh, you can bring both. I'll leave Vicar here. I don't really want him on my company right now. Unless there's like this companion, like, I don't know, like bonding system like they did in Fallout 4. But for right now, I'm okay. Max seems to be pretty deep into
Bring
his
Vicar
fate.
with you.
The girl? Oh, too late. Too late. You gotta type faster. And also there's a stream delay, so I don't blame you.
Get back in the ship.
No. I'm not. There's no reason for me to.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by.
Will tell you spoilers if you don't.
Oh my god, fine. How do I get back to the ship?
I never thought I'd be able to say that.
Well, you're going back in. Because we're getting Vicar. I keep calling him Vicar. We gotta call him Max. Max. But Vicar sounds cooler, so I don't know. Okay, let's get it back out. Yeah, let's go.
And go back to the orbital lab, you will regret it.
What? Orbital lab? What do you mean by orbital lab? Like, go... You could've just told me go... You mean Phineas's lab? You could've just told me go to Phineas's lab. And then bring Vicar, but no. But no. Salvation of Emerald Vale. Do you mean go back to Phineas's lab? I want to see what Max says now that he's in space. I don't feel any more zero gravity. Yes or no? Hurry up. Or else I'm gonna keep staying here.
Yes, but
Captain,
just explore
if I could trouble
Groundbreaker.
you for a moment of your time, while we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
You know, someone who can read the book.
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakono. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Cool, we can do that.
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. A great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain.
We're not going now. But fine, let's head to Phineas. Tactical time dilation drains very slowly when you're not shooting. Takes a few moments to examine. Alright, cool. Raising your ranged weapon.
There are 4 collectibles in the place.
Cool.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
You. Twelfth power energy list. Never touch this. No. Negotiate territory. Install that. Atoms. Cool.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud.
Okay. There's something on my journal. No. Okay.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
What am I doing to you? I'm not a threat to you. Other than my highly armed LMG.
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh, visitors.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids,
Explore.
50 bits if you're into that sort of thing.
Shut up, let me experience.
So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk. No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Ah, the wanted criminal himself. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy. Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found the crew, such as they are. I picked you out of the hope for your talents, after all. It's only natural that others would gravitate toward you.
Yeah, my charisma is high.
Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
I'll be back. Alright, let's look around the place. Let's take all your stuff, yeah? Ooh.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp.
Cool.
Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Or you. Loot. 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 Loot, 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 loot. Where else is there? Loot. Loot. Ooh. That's where I came out of. That's how I was born. Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
Look on the tables.
Look, I can talk to the pig. Oh, no, 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 no.
Trust me.
On the table's a crystal pig. Poster. Hey, mine. 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 Oh. Wow.
The posters are collectibles.
Mine. Oh, that's a lot of reading. Give me.
You're all hibernation mask. Had to move it, you know, in case you were prone to vomiting.
No can do.
No can do? Give me. Oh. This is this thing I can keep? Yeah. My name's just Snappy, and you probably never heard my name. Parts of my fame are greatly exaggerated. Cool.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Can I talk to him? Because I found something in his thing which I didn't actually read.
I hope you're not thinking of ingratiating yourself with the board. Chairman Rockwell and his cronies are not your friends. They might tempt you with promises of wealth, but don't be fooled. They're just using you for their own ends. What's on your mind?
Okay, cool.
Do whatever now.
Oh, that was a long jog. Why suddenly everything in this fridge warm and tepid? I got cafe but no con leche. Unreliable takes flight. I've seen that 5 times. Now acquired poster. You've now acquired pocket watch. We need to go to Groundbreaker.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fox Windows. Why is everything in this fridge warm and tepid? ¿Qué pasó? Here I go. Fox Windows. That's cool. Because I have to wait 15 minutes. That's why it's cool. The room is silent. Wow, I love the waiting. Hey!
Still reviewing your manifest. Why not head on over to the promenade?
not the point. This hackman just knocked out one of my workers.
Let's go. Oh, I am. Can he jump down there? I want to jump down there. Nope. Hey, wanted. Vending machine, where is it? There you are. I need to sell some stuff.
Right this way.
Oh, I have a gun. You're probably gonna take it away from me. Don't need you. 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 Definitely don't need you. Nope. 215 DPS? I think mine does more. Fiver. I got 5 on it. I don't want to go back and keep. I got 5 on it. Okay.
Refreshing.
Cool.
What?
Quad. Did I accidentally sell my... We're just gonna gloss over that. Okay, I think that's it. Thug kit.
Dante sell food. That stuff is rare.
Well, too late. I didn't check if they're rare or not. Ooh, I like that one. Okay. Doc.
Identification, please. You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Do I have to pay you off?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Just the opposite. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations here.
Surely this must be some sort of mix-up.
They must have a real big bee in their bonnets then. Everyone knows you don't trifle with Groundbreaker if you want to get your goods on time.
If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. A man named Udom Bedford. You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated.
No questions.
Is there anything else I can help you with? fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board, that is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
You noticed, huh? They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that, would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you.
Patriot.
But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
Cool. Let's head in. Alright, we're going to Udon Bedford. Quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area if you get caught up. Oh, okay.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Hey. I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
Okay.
No, seriously. There was a lot of...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Regularly scheduled advertisement.
The board would like
That's
to remind
basically
spacers and other travelers
TV
that
nowadays.
passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection.
Hi. Oh god.
Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch.
How do we get out? This way. Nope. Go through here? Yeah. Whoa!
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
I'm gonna unequip all my weapons. That seems like the right choice. I can't put this. Alright.
Jizzles Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
Huh. Sounds fun.
Wish we had bigger weapons. But no. Be careful about blowing holes in the hull. Huh.
Cool. So this is like River City or whatever that was in Fallout 3? Bell shells.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
Oh, you're just a crew. Okay.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
Oh, I saw you in the trailer.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
I'm not gonna turn into Felix.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Yeah.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments
What
we'd
the
yet
heck?
to have. He was my dearest
Did you
friend.
call Venus Felix?
My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
Oh.
No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table? That's... well, that's just terrible news. Oh, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
I just want to notice that there was sad music playing in the background. There you go.
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Okay.
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. Well, it's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
I've still kept the identity of Phineas under control. I don't know whether to trust him or not, but he's the closest guy I have. Okay, let's put more into range. That's gross.
There are 2 companions here.
Thank you for the spoiler. I appreciate it. Cool. Oh, you leveled up too. What do you do? Hey, you're on stream, Daddy, so you can say whatever you want.
I know she's in there.
Oh, hi.
I'm sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon.
Huh?
Of course, this heat sure makes
I
a
know,
zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom.
Go to the medical bay.
A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget. Heard of it? My orientation Aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Not so bad. They're struggling.
That's true.
Yeah.
I said
I
no.
hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a Spacer's choice beer. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
What? You can't check for yourself?
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as Spacer's Choice is affordable. I can see all of the top-quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price. Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Front wash, mouthwash, and mantle floss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Okay, wait. Alright, wait, hold on, I'll be back. I'm sorry if it's taking a long time. Tyler's just getting from, he's putting away some water bottles. Okay, goodbye.
What the hell, Peyton?
What did you put in chat? What the hell, Peyton? What happened?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find
This guy's
none like
broken.
them on all of Groundbreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon Colony. Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse Mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed. Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be... At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat. Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now.
Oh, jeez, what?
Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint. Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be. It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
Oh, I want to get this hat. Kinda.
Have a look.
We gotta get your ammo. Yeah. Yeah. No. That's it. Yeah. No. No. Okay.
You should give our latest product a... Don't take my word for it. See for yourself. Make a choice.
You can buy the hat from him.
How?
Anything and everything. Just the opposite. Oh, sorry. Got the... Okay.
You select
Customer's
trade.
Always right. Thanks. Moving on. You could go broke buying overpriced Aramid gear, or you could buy from us at a much more reasonable rate. We're here with an active inventory whenever you like. Have a look.
Have a look. Oh, this is the one. Oh, they're all the same. Okay. You get a lie? Cool, I'll buy that. Why is this one more expensive than the other ones? Because it's pristine?
Wear the hat and talk to him.
Okay.
What can I do? Don't take...
Wait, hold on. Let's put it on. Let's do it. I think it's a part of me now.
Looking for some Spacer's Jaw? It's recommended by 11 out of 10 Spacer's Choice medical professionals. Don't take my word for it. I got you too? Same hat. How right you are.
You're the one who
really
sold
good
me
on you. What a snug fit on your giant head. Hope you're very happy in there.
You think he means it?
As a consumer-facing representative of Spacer's Choice, I'm obligated to project honest testimony, including what I just said. Wear it with pride, with hope. No one can take that away from you. Have a look.
Have a look. I'll sell the other Spacer's this better one. Let's put this one back on. Ooh, that one has 16.
Go to the medical bay.
Hold up, I need to put that on. Ooh. Oh, I'm a big boy now. I didn't even know I had that. Where's the med bay? Med bay. Waste disposal, belly shells. Or Bell's shells. Okay, this one.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
Yes!
See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. You say that like it's weird. It is most certainly not. And watch where you go saying that, okay? You're gonna give people the wrong idea. I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Do her quest.
Not now.
What seems to be the problem? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
Okay.
Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable.
Well, looks like the company hasn't got to you. That's good.
Take care.
When might we expect you out here again?
If it's between the Unreliable and the Rest and Go, I believe I'll sleep on the ship.
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you were a girl.
Bless my heart.
Oh, you are a girl.
A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. You've certainly been blessed with an abundance of sass, haven't you? But it's your interstellar currency I'm interested in, not your nethers. Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
Whoa, 10,000. I wanted to talk about this opportunity.
Yes, dearie? Ain't that just a treat? So, you know Edna, over in engineering? On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Yeah, let's
I've got a lovely little throw pillow. Just something I toss together. Like to keep my hands busy.
Ooh, you have a unique gun. Whoa, that's sick. And it's spacer choice? That's, whoa. Wow. What do you even do? Oh, acid damage. Magtamil. That's sick. Can I buy that? I can. Should I do it? Oh, I can't. Oh yeah, because I don't have yeah. Alright, we should probably put our unique weapons on the ship, because I might sell it accidentally, and that'd be sucky. Okay, cool. Can I steal this now? Ooh. Still there? Yeah, you are. Coolio. So, we going to... Juliet Tennyson. Gwen Tennyson. Ben Tennyson. Ba da 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 da. Fighting an alien is the kid. Oh, he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Ben 10. Woo!
Machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
You look like the girl from the Star Wars movies. Tyler.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer is just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Parvati, you want to talk to...
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. My engineers have managed to keep the heat to livable levels, but all the fixes are temporary. This wound is bound to fester. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves.
Oh,
the board isn't
damn.
helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
Huh.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Hold on. There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Look at these parts.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Is that what we're doing now? Okay, let's do that. Go yeet. Fetching quests now. Fetch quests. Fetch quests. Oh boy, I love fetch quests. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy, I love fetch quests.
Still here.
Hey, McRed,
Yep.
you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Can I not talk with you?
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal.
You're gonna
Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain. I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
I like the sound of your voice. Just passing through.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that. Tribute it is. And ain't this just a royal sum?
Don't we need those bits, Captain? To buy the key from the lady?
It's fine.
The principles of the universe dictate that sometimes we must appease others to keep from being roasted alive.
You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. Would cut them off.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It's crazy to live in.
I've got enough bits too.
Cozy.
Your aura is like a disco ball caught in a black hole.
Okay. How do I get up there? Ladder, huh? I don't see no ladder. Where the flip? Where the flip? Where the flip do I go? Parkour? No. How the flip? I could have probably gunned everyone down, but like, I didn't really want to do so. There we go.
People don't like worms in their shrooms. My backside's still smarts.
Ooh.
Did everyone get branded when they joined McRed's crew?
Nope. You're after the price of fence.
I guess I'm on.
Where?
You could kill them still.
I know I can. But I just lost 548 bits and I'm committed to staying friendly to them. Now, how do I get out?
McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
And to be honest, I like their culture here. So...
Bullshit. Wake up. There's no such thing as pizza. It's all open-faced pasta. You've been getting into the boss's special stash again, haven't you?
Uma's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Yeah, she is. She better be. Yeet. Yeet. Oh, yeet. 15 minutes. Oh boy, I love to wait. Oh, I love to wait. Waiting is my favorite thing to do. Wait, 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 wait. Oh boy, this is my favorite part in these kinds of games. This happened in The Witcher 3 as well.
Accept your ad.
Accept my ad.
Taste the freedom.
here.
Those are rats you see when loading.
I know they are. Think I'm dumb? Oh, you think I'm dumb.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery.
Fetch quest! Oh boy, I love fetch quest.
A little
Activate
bit.
it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight Mantipillar infestation.
Lol, just kidding.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Fetch quest! Oh boy, I love fetch quest. Fetch quest. Fetch quest. Fetch quest.
Get your guns ready.
Fine. Where's my AR? Don't. Okay, there we go. And this one. Oh yeah, I hear him.
The controls are on the back of the machinery stacked area. Clear of the radiators.
Oh, you're the flipping boat flies! While you guys deal with that, I'm gonna loot. What's that one? I hear more. Parvati! Chill!
Good news, Song tells me that the booted up and killed a bunch of men. Bad news, diagnostic sensor circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Get fast if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Here
they come.
I don't care about your god-dang machine. And I got an
I have to
electrical
take a
shock.
shower. We'll be back soon.
Okay. I got god-dang shock damage. Oh, you're down there.
Unexpected noise identified.
What are you doing there, down there, Max? This... How did you even get in there?
Well,
You just teleport.
Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Cool. Whoa!
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand. Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gain, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out. You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udom Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. You've got my attention.
Oh, it's got -5 stealth. I got it. Cool.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt a regularly scheduled...
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons. For those times we have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Oh, you sell only. Got it. Ooh. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah, you got good stuff. Ethan Ben with Jose from the liquor store. 26, 24. So this one's the biggest one. Okay. That's it. Okay, how much is 154? 154. I will buy this. No me diga. Nope. Nope. I want to keep that. Cool.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of Spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen? You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices. Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
Ah, you're part of the company.
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand seal. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry. Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat. Just as well, near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats. Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Now, this should prove interesting, to say the least.
Got any leads on salvage? Doesn't even have to be broke yet. We'll take anything.
You been following that series? The Hunt for the Wimbrel?
C&P Boar's Pocket can be microwaved in 2.5 seconds. Boar's Pocket.
Hello. Junlei called up from engineering. Said I should let you buy medical supplies from our stores. Now, is there something I can help you with? A better selection than you'll find on the promenade deck, and a quality commensurate with a friend of the station.
do that.
At least the heat's dealt with.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. Yes, dearie? Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal I told you about came from.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too tough for a fellow like you, I'd think. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
The Lost Hope. Oh, this is a bar. I don't really want to go to a bar right now.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? Ah, that's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Sure.
Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barreled heatsink to bump up rate of fire. No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys. A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRANTIES tops the list. Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold. Ours is in engineering. You can take your new toys over there if you feel like tinkering. Right here for a start. I got a fair selection. Modified weapons are my specialty. Only takes a bit of So, what can I get you?
That's not bad at all. That's a pistol? Whoa. Oh, that's melee. to know. Got good weapons, I'll tell you that. Let's go.
Do you know what's happening on Terra 1? Last I heard, the board was in dispute with the
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one?
Now with 12% more credit.
If it isn't the savior of Groundbreaker, what can I do for you? He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Sure thing. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get... Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off states in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real... Seems like every year... Glad to help. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. All right. Be seeing you.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? This is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore. I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away. What can Groundbreaker Security... Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, mister? That's what I'm here for, sir. We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, that's not... We just don't. You did help fix the radiators. I know Commandant Sanita's grateful for that. Maybe if you cleared an open bounty. That'd be enough for a thank you tour. All right.
How did you get in there?
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you. Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms? What? No. Maybe? I don't... It's like somebody reached into my head and pulled out what I didn't know I wanted. You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working with tools in a little town like Edgewater? I reckon there's worse places to start. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. I wish I was half so confident.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time, nor loitering. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork. You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you. Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment.
Okay.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into Groundbreaker?
My dad taught me some French.
Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little discussion with the local authorities when you passed me by. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by, just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
Okay.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like. Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
Okay.
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust, maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
That's not what I meant.
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. Exactly. I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have done. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this. I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Where are we headed? He seems like a nice boy to me. I'm glad you gave him a shot. Then why'd you ask it? I mean, sure, he's a bit rough around the edges. I bet he just needs somebody to show him a better path. You might surprise yourself.
As always, I am at your disposal. Anything you would like to discuss?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition. That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them. On the contrary, they internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
What? What? Okay.
The simple version is this. The force which we call everything, the answers to... Scientism, as its name implies, believes that nature abhors equality. The strong survive, and the weak perish for the betterment of the whole. And reason, not emotion, is the seat of all morality. Wisdom means accepting the vicissitudes of life with grace and dignity. Well, that's not quite... Yes? I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated. I've been called that more than once. What about you? What's your story? And how did he do that?
Huh? You want me to make top ramen for you? Yeah? Which one? I know, which flavor?
spider crabs.
true. I know, I'll go to bed soon as soon as Josiah moves and everything.
Spider crabs.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
You got Felix. He is my favorite companion.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences. Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Felix had showed up at the foot of my ship and was like, "Hey, can I chill with you?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the Philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. Yes, well, now that we're here, can we check in with security? I'd like to track down that scholar.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh? My cargo's worth a lot of money.
Like 10 bits. That's a lot. So you want me to go in here? How do I use the holographic? How do I use it? Is it use
Go in and it will be used.
Oh, in here? Oh. What's in here? Okay, we should probably head out. Whoa. We barely made it.
There are some collectibles in there, but go find them yourself.
I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off. Have at it then. Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand? I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved.
Okay.
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know. The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easier to say. Guess
I thought it was Mardays. Alright. Let's try to head back in, see what... Yeah. Can't get in there. That's what I did.
Right there.
What do you think you're doing?
That's the only one.
Keep your hands to yourself.
You had your chance.
Oh, please don't put me back really far.
You dummy.
I know. Okay, we're right here. It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as... What's up?
We don't really need to do anything over there.
That wa'n't the best choice.
What?
But
Oh, stop it. I know what you're gonna say.
that was the spacer-ass choice.
I knew you were gonna say that. Let's go check up on Felix. See how he's keeping. I got this new
believe I
site.
heard Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
I am going to say that when you mess up.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Let's go check up on Felix, though. It's not Felix. It's Parvati's room. Felix's room, I'm guessing? Yeah. I'm stealing all your stuff, Felix. What does it say on it? Figured I should restart right away. Oh, okay. Oh, he's very much kid. Violence is a question. Answers yes. Very cool, Felix.
Okay. So I was watching this program. Guess who the villain was in this week's Virginia Young Girl Detective? Mr. Bertie Holcomb, that tall baller!
That's nice they're talking.
That's the episode with Ruth Bellamy, right? Been meaning to catch that.
Put some stuff in the fridge.
Store your food, you don't use.
I just did! Bam, bam. Actually, I should probably sell this. There's nothing... Bam, bam. Bam. Okay, let's put the goggles in there. Oh yeah, I got advanced armor I bought. It was pretty good. Let's put you in there. Put the hibernation stuff in. Stop. Geographic scanner. Oh, that's cool. Backpack. Ooh, I like that. We can mod some stuff now.
The shrink ray is really cool, you should equip it.
It's cool, I just don't want to accidentally sell it. But I want to mod my thing right now. So we're gonna go in the cargo bay. Oh wait, let's talk to Felix.
Good to see you, boss. Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child, abandoned at birth in the back bays. That's right. Can't get anything past you, boss. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. I always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks in the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on for everybody else, but not for me.
Oh, you're like Usnavi.
I had to make my own way. Stowaways ain't free. We were just as trapped as anybody else. We didn't belong in the system, but we still had to live in it. We still had to play by the board's rules. Imagine spending your whole life looking out at the stars, and knowing you could never aspire to be anything more than a box hauler. That's what it's like. Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. The foreman and I never got on. Could be I was overreacting. A better man might have turned the other cheek. Exercised a little bit of that, what's the word? Restraint? But on the other hand, broadsiding a jackass with a tossball stick, that felt good. That felt real good. You ought to try it. Oh, I can do civilized. Proper civilized, too. Genuflecting and everything. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks, waiting for the day my ship arrives. Yeah. I guess my ship did arrive in the end. I've got you to thank for that.
Huh?
Thanks for listening, boss. Let's get going.
Cool. Nice talk. Good talk. You... Aw. This is the armor one? Modify. There we go. Tinker. Armor. You done, Daddy? Let's take our stuff off. I had some really good armor. This one's okay. Minus is your stealth, but it's 13, and the other one is 9. Oh, no. What was that? The helmet I got was so good. Look at this. 26. Okay, let's take this off and then we'll modify all of this stuff. Was the only one I could modify? I think that's the one that... Okay, no, this is the one I could modify. Just making sure.
The helmet you have has a matching suite.
A matching suite? What does that mean?
Suit.
A matching suit? Yeah, I'd imagine so. Backpack or geographic skin? I say backpack, but what do you say? I'm not getting an answer. Hello? Backpack or geographic skin?
And that S Anti-Cleo's helmet. I thought that you...
And Anti-Cleo's helmet. I thought you were... Backpack. There we go. I don't know what you said, to be honest. Auntie Cleo's helmet, I thought you were Spacer's Choice Man. What? Still didn't understand what you said. Let's tinker with their stuff. This one. Cost 73, yeah. Cost 153, no. Yeah, we can do that. There we go. Yeah, let's put our stuff on. Bam, bam. Ooh, baby. That is good. How much is it? 25? Actually, no, let's save that. I was having soup, sorry.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Let's talk about Sam.
Do the sunken contract quest.
What is that?
It is great.
The unit is a cleaning Sam. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it. But I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify Sam. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for Sam to properly operate.
Okay.
Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth, the unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on a lost hope? When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative. Traveling the system with you, Captain. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Okay.
How can I be of assistance?
Let's get out of here. Hold on, let me do
May
something.
luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe that portions of it.
What did you say? Bless you. Oh, I did sneeze, huh? I didn't even know I sneezed.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Let's put our stuff away first, and then we'll go. Yeah.
Take Felix.
Of course you want me to bring Felix. Alright, we can do some bonding with Felix. We're always bringing Parvati unless I find somebody... Unless we, like,
I
grow
need to
with her a
increase
lot.
the toilet section to account for the amount of fiber in those Spacer's Choice meals.
But yeah. Whatever. No messages for me, thank you. No. I kinda wanna get Sam online.
Felix and Parvati is a great combo.
Okay. let's head in.
If you
Ow.
want to rebuild Sam, ask me because it won't he give you a quest marker to help you.
Okay. Felix and Parvati. No. Bam. Skadoosh. Roseway. Name couldn't be more on the point. Ooh, itchy. Carrying too many things. I haven't gone into that problem of like overhauling.
No guards, huh? I like this place already.
Yeah. But like, that's probably because I invested a lot into it. Okay. Coolio. Let's go. Let's go. Is this a racist cartoon?
Something chewed clear through that armor.
Which one? I didn't see any armor. What is that?
Upgrade tech.
Dang, that's a lot of bits. Can I help you? That sucks.
Hey, is that gunfire?
That's not good. Auntie Cleo's. What a warm welcome. This is very scary. Okay. This is an advertisement, Ethan? Okay. Hey, Burke?
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps. Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts.
Huh.
Forget I said anything about that.
There's a D&D book
Wish
around
they tasted
here.
like Sissy Pig. Them's good eating. Some say chicken. I say the north end of a southbound woolly cow. Anything else you'd like to know?
Yes.
Distress call from here? Shit. They told me that weren't allowed. Got me. I just do what I'm told, and I was told not to do such. Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center. What do you think? I'm the landing pad guard. I was standing out on the fucking tarmac. Hell of a job until all this. Oh, before I forget, Auntie Cleo's makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon. Better than nature.
But Auntie Cleo's abandoned, you guys.
Choice petals.
This is what I mean. I think that's what the pharmaceuticals are getting you. There's something going on here. Let's talk to Orson. This definitely looks like the place where it was made.
Ah, outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this, will you? And then make it quick, please. Oh, you aren't with the Outlaws? Who are you then? Oh, well, good luck. Now, they got the carpet in here.
What the heck?
Just put it... Of course, because I didn't...
Quite rude.
We're gonna get this solved. I mean, it's really not enough.
Let's go on.
Oh, you're still here. If you haven't already, you might speak to Anton. He can point you in the right direction. Now, if you got the carpet in. What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense device. Or trying to, anyway.
That's a PDW.
No. Well, yes. Well, no. Perhaps. I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better were they returned to me. Say, you wouldn't happen to have a tube of thermal paste on you, would you? Blast. Well, good luck. I hope I see you back here in one piece.
But we're safe. Right? Oh, let's go in here. Ooh, sneaky. You guys stay out. I'm stealing all your stuff. Ooh. 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 Okay, I'm done. So we gotta go. Let's go here. It's closest. Anton, you said come over here. Hey, what's up, my boy?
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Oh, not actually one of them, are you? Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told.
Standard operating procedure for suits, boss. They're all a bunch of cowards.
I'm not sure it's right to fault a man for trying to survive.
I have to sleep, sorry.
Go ahead.
I'd wager was due to the nature of my research here.
But remember,
it's not the best choice, it's Spacious choice.
Yes, of course. Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us, shot up our labs and loosed our research subjects, the Raptidons. If those cretins get their hands on my research...
Auntie Cleo is better than nature.
Okay.
You have a point there. It most decidedly cannot make the situation any worse. All right. We were tasked with formulating a new and improved dental gel. One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue? While doing research on enzymes specific to the Raptidon's digestive system, we developed an additive which we subsequently discovered to be the most effective appetite suppressant ever. Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our stocks. I think there's gas in the lab somewhere that can be used to put them out. The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of my code and keycard. The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass by the town's original by the Grand Architect. Jameson, he's in the old lab. That would surely lighten the weight on my conscience, as I am held to account for the well-being of every scientist here. Too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name, as it were. And far too much paperwork. I'll thank you not to mistake my ambition for callousness. If my colleagues refuse to take their lives seriously, why should I? All they do is complain. They refuse to see the opportunity afforded us here. I understand I can come off as manipulative and ego-driven. It's something I've always been forced to contend with.